I'm sorry for that delay, but can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
You can hear me. Well done. Can you imagine my stress? Instead of clicking the unmute button, I must have clicked some other button. Well, the vagaries of age. I can see Dr. Madhurima out there. I don't know whether to say good morning or good evening, Dr. Madhurima. Dr. Madhurima is talking to us from the United States of America, and she is our faculty today. Friends, welcome. Welcome on this Friday, the 17th of February. The time in the UAE is 11 a.m. The time in India, where I am, is 12:30 noon. And I recall Dr. Madhurima telling me that it is almost midnight where she is in the United States. Now, we are talking to you, we are coming to you from the RAC Biggest Weight Loser Challenge. Last year, we had 10,000 participants, and this year we are happy to announce that again, we have hit the magic number, and it continues with the registrations from corporates and other institutions. We have participants from every emirate in the UAE. Our topic today is exercise and obesity. I recall a few years back, I was invited to edit a book called Exercise is Medicine. And this book was authored by the Harvard Medical School, and I was honored to be one of their editors. And exercise is truly medicine. To talk to us about this subject is Dr. Madhurima, and I have just been over her PPT presentation, and in spite of studying exercise for the last 50 years of my life, I was excited to see many of the topics that she touched upon. One topic particularly caught my attention, and that is, why do I put on weight after, or why do I put on weight after the challenge? And I must tell you that this is a question that is being asked by a few of our participants. And the answer, very simply put by Dr. Madhurima, is because, amongst other things, because you stop exercising. And that is the great value of our subject today. Ladies and gentlemen, my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Madhurima, who has done her studies in homeopathy. She has done a diploma in preventive medicine. She has a fellowship in lifestyle medicine. She is a diabetes educator. And added to all these broad perspectives, she is specifically a trained and competent fitness professional. Dr. Madhurima has worked for the last 30 years. She looks gorgeous even today, and that, I imagine, is because of the exercises she does. She holds more than, I stand corrected, more than 20 years of experience in the field of health and wellness, and has worked with the esteemed Apollo hospitals in the capital city of India, Delhi, where she headed the health and wellness division. When her family moved over to the UAE, She joined RAC hospitals and worked in the diabetes center in Dubai and continues to be associated with Arabian Wellness and the RAC hospital in the UAE. She has a vast range of experience. She's a specialist in health risk assessment, having evaluated the health of several thousand individuals across several countries. She has counseled thousands of people. She has conducted corporate and school health talks, conducted group fitness programs, and spoken on the subjects not only of exercise, but by virtue of her qualifications and experience, has very expertly touched upon weight management, nutrition, stress management, pregnancy and fitness, and diabetes education. Ladies and gentlemen, there are profound benefits to exercise. I have always said that if at all there is a single pill that can alleviate most of humankind's maladies, whether it is hypertension or diabetes or whatever, it is exercise. But in this instance, I believe my colleague and friend, Dr. Madhurima, to expound on the profound benefits of exercise in all aspects of life and specifically in weight loss. Dr. Madhurima.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor, for your kind words. That was really kind of you. And yes, it is good morning, UAE. Good afternoon, India. And for me, it's 11 p.m. in California. So truly, we have become a global citizens over here. And it's so amazing that we still can connect and talk to each other. That is amazing, really. Okay, so today, yes, as Professor has said, we will be talking about obesity and the role of exercises. So just let me share my screen over here. All right. So I hope you can see the slides.
Yes.
Okay. So today we'll see what is obesity, why it is bad, or why how it is affecting our health. Then about exercises, fitness, what we are going to do to lose weight, and some common questions about, in spite of doing everything, why I'm not losing weight. So we'll touch upon all these subjects and the science behind it. Okay, so what is obesity? So obesity is nothing but whenever there is a chronic deposition of fat cells in the body. So our body, what it does, uses this fat as a source of energy, and it's tried to keep it as stored as a future, for the future. So whenever there are prolonged periods of non-availability of food, this store can be used and used as a energy. So this is a mechanism behind it. And yes, all fat is not bad. Fat is very much essential for our body. Fat gives us energy. It is important for formation of hormones, your enzymes. It is thermoregulation. That means it provides your heat and cold regulation. For all these cellular processes, fat is very much needed. But the problem occurs when it becomes excessive. Whenever there is an excessive amount of fat getting into the body cannot cope up with this, and it is getting accumulated throughout the body and around your organs, and this causes a chronic inflammation and practically affects all our systems of the body. So that is why obesity is not good. And why this happens is because it is a simple equation: expending less energy than consumes. We are eating way too much of our calories then we are using it for our bodily functions or any other work. So sedentary lifestyle is a major cause. Environmental cause. Of course, there are other factors too that we'll discuss later on. So when do we call one person is obese or overweight? So there are some measures, parameters to measure our grades of obesity. So one is body mass index or BMI. It is calculated by your weight in kilograms divided by height in meters square. So normal BMI is between 18.5 to 24 or 25. Then overweight is a BMI about 25. Obese is when your BMI is about 30. Severely obese or moderate is above 35 or above 40. BMI is a severely obese person. Then there is one simple method you can calculate your weight range is calculate your height in centimeters minus 100. This result will give you approximately ideal how your weight should be. This is not a very correct measure, but it will give you idea that to maintain your weight in this range. So then comes a most important parameter that is called measuring your waist circumference. Just measure your waist circumference at the level of your umbilicus. So your waist, this number should be half of your height. Why this is most important is studies has shown that abdominal obesity or the fat accumulated inside your abdominal cavity is called visceral fat, which is very bad. And this is affecting directly on your heart, leading to heart attacks, etc. So most important thing to remember is your waist circumference. Try to keep it low. So why obesity is, we are talking so much about obesity and everybody is trying to lose weight, because it is not only just how it looks, or it is not just for the cosmetic reasons, but it affects, like I said before, it affects each and every system of our body. So this may lead to diabetes, heart diseases, high blood pressure, osteoarthritis because of the weight also, and because of the loosening of calcium from the bone, both ways. Sleep apnea or the snoring problems, backaches, joint pains, infertility, carpal tunnel syndrome. Yes, during COVID also we have seen that obesity caused more complication there were more complications in the obese people, and it is affecting all the actually quality of our life. Okay. So what can we do to lose weight, or how we can tackle this problem? So there is no single way. Okay, I will only it is causing because of the calorie imbalance, so I will eat less calories and the weight will I will lose weight. Yes, there will be result, but this is not a way to go about it. So our body is not only one system, and this is not up. All the systems are interdependent. You cannot say only balance, only diet will be helpful, or only exercise will be helpful, or only medications will be helpful. No, we have to have this holistic view. We have to attack this problem by 360 degrees. So that is, one is having your balanced diet. So in this, I will recommend that do not go for any fad diets, no crash dieting, or no going extreme to any kind of diets. So one is having a balanced diet, having exercises and physical activity, your lifestyle modifications, that is having a routine in your daily routine, having particular time for your food, time for your exercises, sleeping habits, and avoiding dependencies like alcohol and smoking, etc. So even so when we follow these lifestyle modifications, still there are some cases or some people, there are very rare cases where medicines and surgery will help in the patients who require them. Okay, so what are exercises, what exercises we should be doing, and how they are helpful in reducing our weight. So there are two entities in when we talk about fitness. So one is physical activity and second is exercises. Physical activity refers to your daily movements. Since morning till night, whatever work we are doing, we are getting up, bathing, walking, talking, doing daily chores. This all will count as a physical activity. Whereas exercise are referred to for the planned structure activities, and those are meant for particular joints or particular muscles and for the stipulated amount of time. So these are the structured activities aiming for some goals, some results out of that activity. These are called exercises. So both these physical activity and structured exercises are very much important in losing weight and also for maintaining our health. Okay. So just don't think that, okay, I have done my 30 minutes of exercise in the morning and the whole day I can just rest and sit at one place or lounge on the couch. No, that is not going to be helpful. Okay. Why we should be exercising? So one thing, yes, when we exercise, our body uses expends energy. So there is we burn calories because our muscles use these calories to do all the work. So this way there is a calorie balance, like I said before. So there has to be a calorie balance. So means whatever we are eating, the same amount we should be expending. So the two ways it happens. Even at rest, our body needs some energy to do the bodily functions, for our respiration, for our digestion, for all those hormonal activities. So for that, body uses some energy. And of course, beyond that, still if you are having some calories or there are surplus of calories, that we have to expend it through our activities. So that is how the calorie balance should be. So to make this calorie balance, or you can say if you are obese, if you are having more weight, so there has to be calorie deficit. So that calorie deficit can happen with your exercises and of course with some diet restrictions. So this way exercises will be very much important in calorie expenditures. Secondly, even though you can lose weight only by doing diet, because of course reduction of calorie will lead to your weight loss, but you cannot sustain this weight loss for a longer time. We have seen that body comes back. There is some mechanism where body pushes and comes back to your tries to come back to the previous level of weight. So and that is why many people say after I stop going to this diet plan or doing this trying for this for some period, my weight is still coming back to my normal, by my previous range. So to prevent this, you must do the exercises, and it has shown the scientifically proven that to maintain the weight loss, exercise are more important rather than the calorie restrictions. So this way, exercises have a more importance in maintenance of the weight loss. So please do not stop your exercises even after you lose your weight. Then there are other major, very important benefits of the exercises. One is, yes, to lose weight and maintain it. Secondly, it can reduce your high blood pressure, increase your HDL cholesterol. That is a good cholesterol, which is going to protect your heart. It makes your heart muscles strong, reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart attacks, strokes, cancers, then the risk of osteoporosis, fall. Also, when we exercise, our brain releases the one hormone called endorphins. So endorphins are practically called happy hormones. So after good exercise session, you feel happier. Your stress levels have gone down. So this is like you can say it's a antidepressant pill. So exercise can be a use for your depression and anxieties. Also, it improves your cognitive power, and you'll do better in your studies, your memory recollection. This is very important. It improves digestion. Your circulation is good. So of course, your skin is glowing. So practically, exercises are beneficial for overall bodily functions. So there is, yeah. Okay, so we have seen why exercises are needed, or how they are beneficial. The next question is how much we should be doing. How much is enough? Bare minimum. So to maintain your current health status, exercising 30 minutes a day for at least for every day is required, or 150 minutes of moderate to aerobic activity for per week is necessary. But this will only give you the status quo or maintain your health as it is. But if you want to reduce your weight, then you have to exercise more. There must be at least 1 hour of moderate intensity aerobic exercise activity, that may be walk or cycling, anything. And plus, addition to this, you must be doing some weight training or some muscle strengthening exercises at least 2 times in a week. So this much of exercise is needed, and this exercise 30 minutes a day or 1 hour a day, you can divide it into 2 parts of the day and have your, but aim to have at least 1 hour, as you must be all overweight or obese. So aim to have at least 45 to 1 hour of physical activity and structured exercises. So now, yeah, these questions I get many times. Many people ask me this. I do so many things. I go to gym, I do this diet, I don't eat so much of a food, but still I'm not able to lose weight. And I will say, yes, this is a very much a valid question. Many people do face this problem. And yes, I will say to those who are wondering this question, don't feel left out. Yes, many people who are facing this dilemmas. So yes, one thing is your lifestyle, your sedentary lifestyle, that part is there. Then there are few people in where some physiological factors play a role, like genes. Some people have genetic dispositions for obesity. Then hormones, like your PCOS or hypothyroidism, some medical conditions like diabetes. These tend to, in this condition, there is I can say, less expenditure of energy. So body tries to conserve, and there is a more of a fat deposition happens in all these conditions. But having said that, don't lose heart. I will say these factors are only a minor influencers. On their own, they are not affecting so much. But let me give you an example. Even if you have a genetic disposition, it will not be activated until unless there is an environmental factor. That if you are having if you are not following good diet, or let me say you're having like a toxic diet and your sedentary lifestyles, these factors together with your genetic disposition, then it will lead to a slow metabolism and fat deposition. So you can see that this can be corrected with your exercises and with your other lifestyle modifications. So don't say that, okay, my parents are fat, so I'm also will have obesity. That is not a case. You can still very much do. It is in your hand to control this, and you can try it out. Yes, and then like I said, diet, you're not doing exercises, sleep is again very much important. lack of sleep also, yes, we have seen that is causing leading to stress hormone, more stress hormones, and stress hormones they tend to uh, lead to fat depositions. So all these are interlinked like this. Then there are some factors, though, that is they are called endocrine disruptors or obesinogens. So those are nothing but the chemicals, like in your plastic bottles or in your paints. So we are in this modern age, we are exposed to all these artificial things and chemicals. So these chemicals may affect our hormones and disturb their functions, and this may lead to obesity or weight deposition. So try to avoid as far as possible getting exposed to too many chemicals. So it is about time that we should be going back to our more and more natural substances. Okay. Okay. So after these physiological factors or some medical factors, then there are common mistakes why you are not losing weight. Okay, everything is good for there are no physical problems for you, but there are some common mistakes, like, okay, you feel you are exercising like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever amount, and you feel, okay, I am doing something, but still I'm not seeing results. So you have to check, really, are you doing enough exercises? Then many people, they come to me and say, I walk for every day, I walk for 1 hour. But only walking only is not going to be enough. We will talk about it again later on in detail, because there are components of physical activity. So physical fitness is comprised of your heart and lung health, your muscles, and then your joints and ligaments. So all this in your exercise program, all the parameters should be taken care of. So only walking and expecting some drastic good result is not going to happen. Of course, walking is very good for the heart, very good for maintaining your health. But when it comes to your losing your weight, you have to do much more than only walk. Then some people are doing only high intensity cardio, running, lifting weights. But again, like I said, doing only one kind of exercise is not good. There has to be a balance of all the exercises. And this exercise should be done at the correct intensity and frequency. Exercising too much, yes, of course, there is something called too much of exercises, because if you put your body at a constant under constant stress by exercising too much, then like I said before, the stress hormones are not good for your body. They are going to because stress, what is stress hormone? They are trying to protect your body from further harm, so they are getting released, and they are trying to store your energy, and trying to minimize the damage done by the excessive amount of pressures. So this is going to lead for getting the more and more fat deposited. So you have to find your balance. So not doing enough is also not good, and doing excessive is also not recommended. So there has to be some recovery, some rest period between your exercises. And for that, of course, you can have a word with your experts. You should know what is your body, what is that is required for you, and that amount of exercises and that type of exercises you should be doing. Okay. And yes, like I said, you feel you have done enough. Like maybe you are watching your Fitbit or Apple Watch, and okay, I have spent 300 calories, but that may not be a true assessment of your workout. Yeah, and yeah, sometimes then some people feel, okay, I have done so much of a vigorous exercise in the gym. Now let me go home and have a hearty meal. So you are just again that the calorie deficit or the balance is going haywire. So this happens many times. All these things people are doing all these things. So you should be aware of what you are doing. So not only your exercises, but your dietary habits also you should be taking care of. Then there are obesity barriers, and then this is very important thing to remember, because for average, let me say, overweight people or average weight people, they go to gym, that they are fine doing exercises in front of all. But those who are image conscious, they those who have a negative body image, they don't feel like going to gym. They feel inferior looking at all the other people doing lifting weights or all, I can say, beach bodies. But yeah, this is one mental hindrance, or I can say, that you have to overcome, and not to think about others, but to think about yourself, and just get a trainer and do your exercises. Or if you are still not comfortable, you can do very well do all these exercises at home, in the park, with free weights, with your own body weight. The exercise can be done. It is not necessary that you have to go to gym, but more important is getting activity and getting exercises done. Okay. All right. So we have seen now why exercises are important and where you can go wrong. And now exactly what kind of exercise we should be doing, and how much we should do, we'll see. This is a must have. These are the rules for the exercises. Like I said, first of all, you have to do them. It is, yes, you are agreed exercises are good exercises. You must be doing exercises. And then you are waiting for some kind of motivation, or, okay, from this date I will do. No, I will say, just get up and do your exercises, and don't wait for any motivation. Just act on it. So you have to do your exercises, and consistency is most important. Doing only one day and then there is a gap of 1 week or 10 days, and then again you are going to trying to pick up wherever you are left. No, that kind of exercises are not going to help you much. So regularly, with correct intensity, and having all the components of the exercise, and doing warm up and cool down. Again, that is most important. So let's see what are the components of any fitness programs. So there are 3 parameters: stamina, strength, and flexibility exercises. Stamina or cardio exercises are nothing but those in these exercises, the heart and lungs are getting exercise more. So these are called cardiovascular. This improve your cardiovascular health, make your heart strong and your lungs efficient. So walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, aerobic, or dancing, these all can be said as a stamina exercises. So this, how much you should be doing this? At least 5 to 6 days in a week. For weight loss, 6 days in a week is must. 30 to 60 minutes, depending on your requirement, or at least 45 minutes is must. So intensity here, we can calculate intensity by your training heart zone. How to calculate that is, your this formula is 220 minus your age. That will give you the maximum heart rate. And you have to exercise at between the level of 60 to 90% of this maximum heart rate. So only walking or doing other activity, in at least maintaining this training heart zone is important. Training below this level is not going to have any much benefit for the heart or lungs. And don't go overboard also, because that is also dangerous. So If you're not, do not want to go into, you feel this is overwhelming with the calculating all this formula, simple body cues you can use, that when you walk, your speed should be less, such that you should be feeling little breathlessness, where you can still able to hold the conversation with the other people, but not very fluently. There should be little breathlessness, and you start to perspire to maintain that level, and for at least 20 minutes. So this way you are getting good cardio exercises. Okay. So after cardio exercises, then there is a strength exercises or muscular exercises. So these are like the name suggests, where we are aiming to train our muscles. So and yes, good muscles are very much important. Don't think that where we don't want to have any six packs, or we don't want to bulk our muscles. No, this is not for that. The good muscles use more energy. So even if you are at rest, your body is utilizing all the excess calories. So good muscles means good metabolism. So your basal metabolism, your BMR is more. So you don't have to work too much to maintain your weight or lose your weight. So have strength exercises, which can be done using your own body weight, free weights, or in the gym using gym machines with the help of weights. So how much you should be, how many times? Let's say 3 times in a week, at least you should be doing this exercises. And intensity is start slowly, slowly with the lower weights. Don't go and start to lift heavy weights. No, start always gradual start, then increase the weight, and then increase the repetitions. Aim for 15 repetitions of 3 sets. And that you can achieve after 2 months or so. And you can divide these exercises into upper body, lower body, and abdominal or core exercises. And you can do this on different days, or you can do the whole body, but see that you are covering all the body, all the muscles of the body. Then comes flexibility exercises. These exercises are for your joints. So starting from neck to toe, you have to take each joint and you have to mobilize it. So mobilize it means you have to just do the movements, the normal movements of the joint. Like a shoulder will have a rotatory movements. So clockwise and anti-clockwise rotations. Neck, left, right, up, down. So this way, each and every joint we must mobilize it. So these are very important for your improving your balance. They give support, and they prevent fall. As we age, we tend to have these injuries and lack of balance. And to maintain the posture of the body, these exercises are very much important. And also for the circulation. So sitting at one place for a longer time, so at least you can do these mobility exercises. Just mobilizing your shoulders will help you in circulations. Also, these exercises can be used as your warm-up exercises for your exercise session. Let us say. Then there are other kind of exercises in the flexibility only. They are called static exercises, or they are the stretching exercises. So mobility is where you are mobilizing the joints, and stretches are where you are holding that stretch for at least 10 to 30 seconds. So these exercises can be done after your proper workout. So proper workout is your cardio, then your strength training, and before strengthening your mobility exercises, and after the strength training exercises or muscle exercises, you can do the stretching, so that you will get, there will be less of a muscle soreness. So many times when you start your exercises, you will feel after second day or third day, your muscles are sore and you get pain. So why this happens? Because one, you have not done enough warm-up, And second, you are not done this stretching exercises after your when you finish your exercise session. So these are the different stretching exercises for the calf, hamstring, quadricep, etc. In the stretching comes, yes, yoga, Pilates, also very good exercises for your as a mobility and stretching exercises also. So this I have specially put over here because many of the working people, we are sitting at desk for a long, the whole day, and majority of you are having a backache, a low backache. So when you go home, at least you can do a few repetitions of this cat and cow pose, bridge pose, bending backward, because all the time we are always bending forward, be it in your desk, be it in your phone. So always we are bending forward. So make a conscious effort to at least to look back and back bending exercises, some twisting slowly. So this is going to release the tensions in your lower back and will help you. Similarly, in the office also, don't be seated at your desk since for a prolonged period. Like we have discussed in the beginning, the physical activity is also important apart from the doing the structure exercises. So even while sitting at your desk, you can do many activities like neck stretching, stretching your back for the circulation, just knee highs, move your knees. Then these are stretching your arms. So this everything you can do at your in your office at your desk itself. Secondly, just move about whenever you want to drink water. Just go to a drinking fountain and fill your glass. So this way, and maybe whenever you go for your restrooms, there also you can do the mobility exercises. So that way your blood circulation is going on, and even you'll mentally also you'll feel fresh and energized. All right. So we have seen the components of exercises. So that is stamina, strength, and flexibility. So to answer your question, why I can't lose weight, because you are doing only one kind of exercises and sticking it, doing it over and over, maybe for a longer period, the same exercise you are doing. So instead of that, you should be incorporating all the types of exercises. And ideal session should be like this. So first you should start with your warm-up, good warm-up for at least 5 to 10 minutes. In this warm-up, you can use mobility of exercises as a warm-up too. Then lower body exercises, upper body and core, all the three zones of the body, you have to exercise with the weight training. So weight can be your body weight or free weights or the gym machines. So using those, exercise the muscles, and then end with the cool down session. And for the cool down session, do the stretches meant for each muscle group. So this is how the ideal fitness session should look like. Of course, you may vary different body parts on different days. Again, just I have put one sample workout plan for you. So warm up can be slow marching, spot jogging, knee highs, then mobility for the shoulder joints, then knee push-ups, then comes your body exercises where I have given push-ups, tricep dips, chair squats, wall squat, calf raises, then some core muscles for abdominal crunches, cat and cow pose, then cool down with the tricep stretch because we have done tricep dip. So for that, we have to cool down with the tricep stretch, then quadriceps stretch, hamstring stretch. So we have covering most of the major muscle groups, and also we are doing some kind of cardio too. Okay, so after talking all this, So first and foremost, actually, we should be say, giving you heads up that yes, you must do exercises, but in a safe way. Your safety is the first thing you should be taking care of. So yeah, it is better to do exercises after knowing its nuances, like what the posture should be, how your breathing should be, and to avoid the injuries caused because of the wrong postures or uh, wrong way of lifting weights. So better to learn some exercises under the expert guidance. Then later on, you can go about and do your own on your own. Okay, and select the exercises which are meant for you, which are suitable for you, and not just trying out some trends. So nowadays, yes, many like Instagram or something, there are so many trends just come like a fad diet, even a fad exercises, they come up and people try to imitate that. So avoid doing that. Okay. And of course, like gradually, you have to any exercise program, you have to start gradually, and then only you have to increase the intensity and frequency of the exercises. Okay. After even doing all this, suppose you get any injury or any sprains. So remember this RICE protocol. RICE protocol is nothing but R is rest. First and foremost, rest the area or rest the joint for 1 day or 2 day, whatever, how much, depending on the type of injury. Then apply ice immediately, compression, have some bandage wrapped over it. And if there is a swelling, you can elevate the part. Like if there is ankle injury, you can elevate the ankle on the stay some put some pillows below your leg. So this way you can take care of your injury if it is manageable at home. Then while doing exercises, please pay attention to your body. Listen to your body. What is happening? If there is sudden dizziness, palpitation, uh, chest pain, then stop it and have your health evaluated by your doctor. Okay. Yes, and of course, don't exercise in immediately after eating or on a full stomach. But having said that, before going to exercise, you can have a small piece of fruit before your session, like half an hour before. And after meals, you can have some protein meal as a post-workout. Yeah. Yes, and some people, those who have comorbid conditions, like you are morbidly obese, then first get clearance from your doctor. Of course, diabetics, they should be checking their blood sugar levels regularly to know whether there are any fluctuations, how exercise are impacting their blood sugar levels. They should know, and they should keep some sugary snacks with them. Hypertension, those who are having hypertension, don't go about and lift sudden heavy weights. Stay hydrated. Take care of your joints. Again, if you are obese, don't go for and do the high impact exercises like jumping or any high intensity. Go slow on your joints. For this, the aqua exercises or swimming, that means exercises are done in the swimming pool or in the water. They're very much beneficial in the obesity. Okay. So just listen to your body and take medical advice if you have any conditions. Okay. Okay, so that was all from me. I hope I have covered most of the things. And over to you now, Professor. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Madhurima. If I were to use a single word, I would say informative and knowledgeable. And I may add a personal note that sometimes the teacher learns from the student, as I have today. I particularly noted a word that I had not seen before, obesogens or obesogens. And while you were talking about it, I quickly researched the word and I discovered that these were chemicals that disrupted metabolism and consequently resulted in activating fat storage. Thank you so much for that knowledge. Thank you so much. That was an interesting talk. And throughout the talk, I have noticed many interesting questions. And the gatekeeper to this, to the question and answer session is our very own eminent Dr. Wilku. And I hand over to you now, sir, for the question and answer session.
Thank you, Professor. First of all, thank you, Dr. Madhurima, for a wonderful session. You have pointed many things which people are not aware of in a simple way. So we come across many questions we have received in the chat box also, received in emails also, but I will take the chat box first. Pallavi has asked, I am obese. She is obese, that's why she is concerned because she has arthritis of both the knees. What exercise she can do to lose the weight and what is the exercise she must avoid?
Okay. Like I mentioned before also, she must avoid the high impact exercises. So like skipping or jumping jacks, where she will be putting more pressure on her knees as she's already having arthritis. So any exercises which are putting too much load on the joints, that she should be avoiding. But that does not mean that she cannot do other exercises. There are many other ways to do the exercises. There is many yoga exercises which she can do. Aqua exercises, like I said before, doing exercises in the water, swimming if she can, that can be done. And yes, and particularly the joint which are good, where she is not having pain, suppose in upper body levels she is not, she can go about and do the regular exercises. No problem about in that. So
Yeah,
only the
thank you,
joints
Doc.
which are affected, she should be taking more care of.
Thank you, Doc. There is one interesting question. Every time we come across the people when they are coming into challenge and they do a lot extensive workout to reduce the weight. The similar question we are getting from it grew. Popularly, it is said to do intensive exercise training for a good weight loss. Is it safe for a grossly obese people? What precautions must be taken?
Yes. For a grossly obese patient, I won't recommend doing high intensity exercises just yet about, because they are not used to doing it, for one. Secondly, their weight is putting lots of pressure on their joints. Thirdly, their heart is not meant for such kind of exercises. So I won't recommend at the initial stages doing these high intensity exercises for grossly obese patient. They should start slowly, like a walk, brisk walk, longer duration, endurance exercises to lose fat. They must try first, along with their diet. And once they are lost at least 5% of their weight, then they can gradually start doing their high intensity exercises.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Again, connected to that similar question, Khalid has asked, what exercise format is best we should follow for the weight loss? Generally, we come across in the internet, if you see many reels and stories are going on, do this exercise and your weight will be lost very fast. So what exact exercise format you should be asking? I will take another question, join it together. Parampreet has asked, you have mentioned about the components of exercise. What should be the ratio of various components? I think both the questions you can ask answer together.
Yes, that is very true. Like I said, there is nothing like you also said, okay, do this exercise and lose weight. No, this is not an answer. Unfortunately, this is not easy as that.
Yeah.
Similarly, in diet also, people will say, okay, this diet, follow this diet, you will be good, or take this pill, everything will be fine. No, there is, if that had been a case, nobody would be so unhappy or so, there was no need for this challenge also. So first of all, make up your mind. This is there is no easy way out. Of course, and of course, be assured that it can be done. Don't lose heart also that, okay, what's the use of doing this? No, both of these mental approaches are not good. So be realistic. So you have to be realistic. There is no standard format for doing any exercises. See what is your body is, what is it is meant for. That you should be knowing first. Of course, when you are used to your exercises, you are doing exercises since years, you can go about push yourself further. You have to push yourself further, do the intensity exercises. But you are not. You are the beginner. So go slowly and then start loading your exercises, loading your muscles, and that you must do. Doing the one set of exercises, the same exercises for a prolonged period at the same intensity is not going to be of any use. You have to put some pressure, but that has to be gradual one. So one thing, and your exercise should be having all the three components, whole body and the intensity. You have to take care of all these three things.
Yeah,
I think,
true.
and
what should the ratio, 60, 40, 20, or how it should be done?
Yeah.
The all component to cover.
Yeah, majority should be your cardio exercises. That should be done every day. So 5 to 6 days for the cardio, 2 to 3 days for the strengthening, and mobility, I will say practically every day. Like I said,
yeah.
every
before
day.
starting any exercise.
Yes.
Yeah, true. Lubna has asked, she's diabetic. I'm diabetic and try to avoid all sugary foods intake, but I eat lot of oranges. Is that okay? This question is generally for the diet, but you are a wellness coach, so doc, you can answer this well.
Yeah. Avoiding sugary foods, and that is good that you are avoiding, but lots of oranges, which I don't know how many oranges, but even that, having oranges or any kind of fruit at one time is not good for a diabetic patient. For a diabetic patient, they must know they must count their carbohydrate, how much carbohydrate they are allowed in a whole day, and they have to divide those allowance 3 times or 4 times. So she should talk to her doctor, and but I will say she should not eat more than one orange at one time.
Yeah,
she should
good.
That.
Yeah, there is one question, name is not there. So she's the mother of 2 kids and she has the cesarean section a year back. What exercise can she do? And can I take tea with sugar? How much sugar is allowed? And is there any side effect of sugar substitutes like stevia? So basically, first part of the question is about the exercise. She had a C-section previous year.
Yeah. So if you had your C-section 1 year back, and now if there you don't have any other complications, like your stitches are healed very well, then no problem. She can routinely do her exercises as a normal person, because 1 year has been passed. So she can do all the exercises. Only thing, just be careful while lifting heavy weights from down upwards. Those exercises where there is a lot of abdominal pressure is created, those exercises she should be careful. Otherwise, rest all exercises she can do, no problem over there. And about the sugar, of course, if you avoid sugar or the table sugar, is well and good, is always good. But having said that, it is 3 to 4 teaspoons of table sugar is allowed, provided you are in a normal weight range. And about stevia, yes, stevia is a natural product, you can use it, but some chemical products like aspartame and all that we should be avoiding. Stevia she can use.
Yeah, that's a good answer, Doc. Lubna has again asked another question: how to improve metabolism to improve fast weight loss?
Yeah. Yes, to improve metabolism, one thing is you must have a good muscle mass. So to have a good muscle mass, of course, you have to do the weight training that we have seen. So one thing is your muscles. Secondly, in your diet, have more of a balanced diet with high fibers, and with the fruits, vegetable, that will help you improve your metabolism.
Yeah, true.
Yes, being active.
Yeah. Shagufta has asked, she had a frozen shoulder, which is now better. But doing exercise, and especially the upper joint exercise, is it good, or what should be doing? She had a frozen shoulder, which is better now.
It is better now. Yeah. So she should do exercises, but only thing is proper warm up before doing these exercises. That she should keep in mind, because whenever our joints or muscles are cold, and suddenly if you try to do some exercises, there is a lot of strain over there, and there might be some damage, further damage to her frozen shoulder. And so she actually, if she had a frozen shoulder, that means she should be doing regular exercises, stretching of the joint. So yes, she should continue, but with the proper warm up.
Yeah.
So just don't go suddenly and start the exercises.
Right. Warm up is very important before doing any sort of exercise. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Sujit has asked, this is a wonderful question, I would rather say, because many people have snoring habits, and they are obese. So what should be done for snoring and weight management together, if you can club it together?
Yes. The snoring, because of the weight, is because your diaphragm, that is there is one septum separating your chest and abdomen. So when there is a more abdominal, we can say fat, that is putting pressure on your diaphragm, and that is giving rise to your snoring. So as you lose weight, of course, this problem should go down. But secondly, so snoring could be because of your epiglottis muscle also. If that muscle is weak, or the throat muscles are weak, even then the snoring is there. So first and foremost, you have to go to a doctor, evaluate why exactly is because the snoring is because of what reason. But with that, when you lose weight, definitely there is going to be some relief for the snoring too. Secondly, by that time, to help to reduce snoring or to get a proper sleep, there are some external devices like a CPAP machine is there that you can talk to your doctor and you can use that. Again, simple method is to elevate your headrest. So that means your head should be up, inclined. So that way there is no much pressure coming on your chest. So you can try even that also, elevating your head up a little bit.
That's a good answer, Doc. Vishaka is asking, she's severely obese, BMI is more than 35. And this question generally we come across, and she is going to a gym, and her weight trainer is letting her do some weight training exercises, but she feels she's gaining a weight. So you're the best person to answer this, Doc.
Yeah. She's gaining, first of all, she must, she must know how she's feeling. Is she feeling better after doing exercises? How is her mental status, or how is her overall activity levels? Is she able to perform better? First, she should evaluate herself. Secondly, go for a, there is a one machine called like a fat percentage. She should measure her fat percentage, because when she is doing weight training, so of course the muscle mass is she is gaining some muscles, and because of that she might be having more weight. So her weight is showing more. So she should see the fat mass should go down and muscle mass should go up. If that is the case, then it's a good sign. Thirdly, check her diet. So she's going to gym, doing all the exercises, but what about the calorie intake? If that is more, or in the calorie intake, if she's having more of a fat, so even that she should be evaluating.
Yeah, that's good. Doc, there is one interesting question. Person is only asking to reduce the tummy and buttock fat, what exercise they should do?
Yeah.
Questions are
Again,
popping up too much in my WhatsApp also. But we will take one more. Yeah, please.
okay. Yeah. So again, this is a what I can say, social media fads, spot reduction. Just straight away, I will just tell you there is nothing called spot reduction. There are no exercises that, okay, do this exercises, your tummy will go, do this exercises, your flap wings or go, nothing like that. To reduce your tummy fat, you have to do all the exercises what we are spoke till now. The tummy will be reduced along with your other fat also. But yes, here comes the importance of your core muscle exercises like sit-ups or even yoga exercises, bridges, planks. This exercise will strengthen the muscles of the abdomen. So usually when we are not doing any exercises or sitting like this for a prolonged period, our core muscles are getting lax. So to tighten those muscles, to make those muscles strong, you must do the core exercises. So that way, they will be getting toned, and you will be in the shape. So that way, those exercises will definitely help you.
Yeah, great. Doc, there is just now I said people follow many things in the social media and they find it confused. Now, again, there is a question. Generally, in diet plan, it said ghee and butter should be replaced by olive oil. But in social media platform, nutritionists recommend to replace ghee and with oil because ghee has so many good benefits on our health. Is it true? I didn't understand this question actually. She is asking whether she should go for a ghee or oil.
Oil. Yes. Again, this is like a changing fats. Previously, we said no ghee, no butter, everything. Just stop it. Then there will oils are bad. So these are all changing. But over the years, what we have seen so long, what studies have shown, we should be following that. So over the years, what we have seen is, yes, the ratio of all these fats, saturated fats, unsaturated fats, unsaturated, so there is a monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. So ratio of all these three fats should be like 1:1:1. So that is a ideal way. So ghee or butter, I can't say they are totally bad, and I won't say they are good, so you should be taking them all the time. No, it is not like that. So suppose if you are given a allowance of 6 teaspoons of oil in a day, so make 2 teaspoons for a ghee and butter, 2 teaspoons for your olive oil, 2 teaspoons for your sunflower oil. This way you are maintaining the ratio.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
yeah.
So last question I will take. Actually, it is different. So Divya has done endoscopy yesterday because she is having a gastritis and endoscopy shows normal, and she still want to reduce the weight for 35 kgs also, and her sleep is also not very proper at night. So I would rather answer this first part. Divya, you must have a complete assessment by the doctor, who is treating you, because there are a lot of hidden factors, maybe hidden factors, which is creating a problem. And still, the weight loss, Dr. Madhurima will answer you about this.
Yes. So she's major problem here seems is her digestive system, because she has endoscopy, colonoscopy also. So that means there is some things to be corrected for her digestion and to reduce her gastritis. So she must see a nutritionist and take expert advice, take a proper diet plan and try to follow it. Because many times I have seen people just say, okay, not tomorrow, okay, today was our maybe some function was at home, so I ate this, that. Timings, they don't follow the timings. School, my son is going this. So many factors, so many hindrance. So avoid that. Try to have a routine, try to have your food at regular intervals, and the food recommended for you by your nutritionist, that is no spicy food in general, avoid oily food, spicy food, etc. And in your fiber also, right now I will say you have a cooked fiber. No, don't go for raw food, too many raw foods. So see your, so take care of your digestion first. And then, of course, right now, what you can do is have your walks, regular walks, brisk walks you can do, and the mobility exercises you can do, very much you can do. And especially I will recommend after eating, go for a stroll. Don't go for brisk walk, but have a stroll. Don't eat and just sit. No, that is not going to help for your digestion. So after eating, just have a light stroll for 10 minutes. That you should try.
Yeah, that was a good answer, Doc. I think we have closed now. We are running out of time. Professor, over to you.
Dr. Madhurima, thank you so much. That was extremely impressive. I myself wondered about the answers. I'll put it differently. I myself wondered about how you would answer certain questions. And in my book, you came out at 100%. They were extremely well answered. You even needed to touch upon subjects that were not relevant to exercise, in a manner of speaking. When the question on metabolism was asked, you spoke about exercise, but you also spoke about fiber, which was unconnected to exercise, but nevertheless, knowledgeably and relevantly. You also, there was a question also on snoring, which again is not directly connected to exercise, but you did answer that question. So I must thank you for going out of your way to answer questions beyond the structure of the program. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And my thanks also to Dr. Wilku for expertly fielding all the questions, compiling them together, putting them together, and asking these questions, not only for that, but for the attention of our audience. We need to know that Dr. Wilku is the prime mover behind this series, and he laboriously selects the speaker every week, selects the topic every week, and conducts this program. My thanks to Dr. Wilku also. But you really cannot do this without a team, and to that extent, on behalf of Dr. Wilku, I extend our thanks to the AWLM team, for which I can very proudly say both Dr. Madhurima and Dr. Wilku are a part, and the others behind the scene who have so ably put this program together. Beyond us, there is also RAC Hospital, the IT department, the administrative department. Thank you for your support. And last, and perhaps most importantly, my thanks to our dear and esteemed audience. Look at the quality of questions that came out. It makes the webinar a piece of art, and it makes the webinar something that can be referred to over time. Thank you so much for your knowledgeable questions. Now, our next webinar will be on the 24th of Feb. Again, efficiency at its best. I mentioned the next webinar, and the slide or the brochure comes up on screen. Thank you so much for that, efficiency, both Sade and Saloni. Thank you so much. As you can see, the next webinar is on obesity and holistic medicine, and our speaker is none other than Dr. Wilku. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to log in this program next week, same time, for an extremely knowledgeable presentation on the alternative aspects and the holistic management of obesity. Thank you so much and good day.